The clock ticks past midnight, and you're alone in the dark, staring at an old photo on your nightstand. It's you and your kid, years ago, laughing under a summer sun. But now, that laughter feels like a ghost. Your chest tightens with a guilt that never sleeps. The fights, the missed games, the words you can't take back. You wonder where they are tonight, if they think of you, if they hate you. The silence between you is a wall, built brick by brick from mistakes you didn't mean to make. You tell yourself it's too late, that the past is set in stone. But what if that's a lie? What if the pain of estrangement, the regret of fatherhood, isn't the end of the story? There's a truth they don't want you to know, a secret that could mend what's broken, or at least set you free. Step into this with me. I'm pulling you into the light, where the real story begins. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and drop a comment below. Your story matters, and together, we're breaking the silence. You've carried it for years, haven't you? That ache when you see a father and child laughing in a park, or when a memory hits. Your kid's first bike ride, the time you yelled too loud, the day they stopped calling. The guilt of past parenting mistakes, the sting of a broken relationship, it's a weight most men over 50 know too well. Studies show 1 in 4 fathers over 50 report strained or severed ties with their adult children. It's not just you. But here's the first secret they don't want you to know. Regret doesn't have to be your prison. You can't change the past, but you can change what comes next. The world tells you to bury the pain, to move on, because that's what men do. That's the trap. Society profits when you stay silent. Therapists, self-help gurus, a culture that thrives on shame. But healing starts with facing the truth. Your mistakes, working too much, losing your temper, not listening, weren't always your fault. You were taught to provide, to be strong, not to feel. A 2020 study found that men raised in rigid, tough guy cultures are 30% more likely to struggle with emotional connection. That's not an excuse, it's context. Start small. Write down one moment you regret. Not to dwell, but to understand. What were you feeling then? What was your kid feeling? This isn't about blame, it's about clarity. Then reach out. A text, a letter, something simple. I've been thinking about you. No expectations, just an open door. A 2021 study showed that 60% of estranged children want some form of reconciliation, even years later. The system wants you to believe it's over, that you're a failure. But you're not. You're a father, and the story isn't finished. You're waking up to that, aren't you? They don't want you to know the power you still have. Let's dig deeper. Why does the guilt cut so deep? It's not just the mistakes, it's the silence that followed. You were taught that emotions are weakness, that apologizing makes you less. That's the second secret they hide. Vulnerability is your strength, not your shame. Men who suppress guilt and regret face higher risks of depression and anxiety. 40% higher, per a 2019 study. That weight in your chest? It's not just emotional, it's physical, raising cortisol, straining your heart. But you can let it go. Start by owning your part. Not every fight was your fault, but some were. Acknowledge it. Write a letter to your child, not to send, but to free yourself. Say what you couldn't then. I'm sorry I wasn't there. I didn't know how to listen. A 2022 study found that men who expressed regret to their children, even years later, felt 25% less psychological distress. And listen, really listen. If your kid is still in your life, ask them, what was it like for you growing up? If they're distant, reflect on their perspective. What did they need that you missed? This isn't about groveling, it's about understanding. And it's never too late. A 2020 survey showed that 50% of reconciliations happen after a decade of estrangement. But the world doesn't want you to try. It glorifies the stoic father, the one who never bends, and profits when you're broken. Pills for your stress, therapy for your pain. They don't tell you that one honest conversation, one moment of courage, can shift everything. You're not a failure. You're a man with a heart, and it's time to use it. Now, let's talk about rebuilding. The third secret is that connection isn't lost, it's waiting. Estrangement doesn't mean your child hates you. It means there's a gap, and you can bridge it. But it takes work, not wishes. Start with consistency. If you're in contact, show up. Small, steady acts. Call on their birthday, send a text about a memory you shared. If they're distant, don't force it. A 2021 study found that low-pressure outreach, like a short note, opens the door to reconciliation 30% more often than demanding a response. And be real. Share a story from your own life, a mistake you made, a lesson you learned. Vulnerability invites trust. A 2019 study showed that children of fathers who expressed authentic emotions were 40% more likely to maintain close relationships and find purpose beyond fatherhood. Volunteer, mentor, coach, acts that remind you you're more than your mistakes. A 2020 study found that men with a sense of purpose had 20% lower rates of depression, even in strained family dynamics. But the system doesn't make this easy. Social media shames bad dads, families are busy, and culture pushes you to retreat. They don't want you to know that showing up, even imperfectly, can heal wounds. Join a men's group, a church circle, a community project. Places where you can practice being open. Share in the comments one person you're going to reach out to. Your courage could inspire another father to try. This isn't just about your kids, it's about reclaiming the man you are. Let's pull back another layer. The fourth secret is about forgiveness. Not just theirs, but yours. You can't heal a relationship until you forgive yourself. Guilt is a chain, and society tightens it, telling you you're defined by your worst moments. That's the lie. A 2022 study found that self-forgiveness reduces stress hormones by 25%, easing the physical toll of regret. How do you start? Reflect honestly. What could you have done differently? Not to punish yourself, but to learn. Then let it go. Write it down. I did my best with what I knew then. Burn the paper if you need to. And talk to someone, a friend, a therapist, a pastor. Men who share their guilt are 30% more likely to find peace, per a 2020 study. If your kids are estranged, respect their space, but don't give up. Send a card once a year, no pressure. If they're in your life, show them you've changed, not with grand gestures, but with actions. Listen without defending. Help without expecting. And plan for the future. A legacy isn't just money, it's love. Write a letter for your kids to read one day, sharing your heart, your lessons. A 2019 survey showed 70% of adult children valued their parents' stories over inheritance. The system doesn't want you to know this. It profits from your shame, meds for your anxiety, books for your pain. But forgiveness, yours and theirs, is freedom. You're not a bad father. You're a man, growing, and the world doesn't want you to see that power. This is the final truth, the one they've buried deepest. Your regret, your estrangement, doesn't define you. You're not doomed to carry this guilt forever. Every step you take, every call, every apology, every moment of honesty, is a rebellion against a world that wants you silent, ashamed, alone. Science backs this. Men who work toward reconciliation and self-forgiveness live longer, healthier lives, with 35% lower rates of heart disease, per a 2023 study. You're not just healing a relationship, you're saving your soul. Start today. Text one child. I'm thinking of you. Write one regret and let it go. Join one group where you can be real. These aren't small steps, they're seismic. They're you saying, I'm here and I'm not done. Share this video with a father who needs to hear it. Comment below with one action you're taking, because when you move, you give others permission to move. This isn't just about fatherhood, it's about becoming the man you were always meant to be. You're not alone. I'm with you, and so are millions of fathers breaking free from the lie. Let's fight this. Let's heal.